Hey, how's it? My name's Kilo. Welcome to the Chaos Effect Mind, or welcome back. Uh, I went ahead and pulled some oracle cards on just the energy right now, whatever the collective needs to know. I only did oracles just because I'll probably do a tarot video after this. But yeah, so welcome, and yeah, this is my dog. She passed away over the summer, so my cousin's got this pillow made for me, but I'm chilling with her right now. But I went ahead and like pre-shuffled and pre-pulled just because I was waiting for a video to upload and I couldn't use my phone while it was happening. So the first card that came out was I Am. And I am going to be using the guidebook for some of this. I went ahead and highlighted some stuff for this. So I am, to me, this represents like affirmations. So maybe you need to work on your affirmations right now. Maybe you need to be a little bit more consistent when it comes to saying your affirmations, because again, like what we tell ourselves and the dialogue we have with ourselves is very important, because our mind is always with us. And I saw 111 when I just said that, but canary, owl, snake, and turtle could be significant right now. And it says, you are not your mind, your body, your possessions, your relationships, your location, your genes, your trauma. You are not what you think you identify with. The practice of just being. Seek source energy through meditation. Be without motives. Acceptance of and love for our imperfections. And the affirmation is, I'm exactly who, what, and where I want to, and in parentheses is get to be. Okay, so just remember, and again, this message has a lot to do with gratitude, just like some of my previous readings. Like I've said before, if you've seen it, if you haven't, whenever you bring yourself back to gratitude, it just helps ground you. Okay, and I know it's been cold as shit here, so grounding outside has been a little difficult, but you know, you can find a way to ground in other ways. Meditate, do yoga, a slow flow, whatever you need to do to feel grounded and come back to yourself and come back to your inner being, come back to your inner knowing. Okay, because I feel like that's one thing when it comes to emotions, right? Like we feel so much, we feel so deeply, some of us do. And so when we do feel, sometimes that energy it starts to make us float up in the air, right? So we just got to bring ourselves back down sometimes. Okay, just remember that we're not our mind, we're not our thoughts, all right? And the card that clarified that was this other deck I'm using. It was Love. And the number is 31 on the top. 31 could be significant, 4 could be significant. Oh, I thought she was naked for a second, lol. All right, so, and the love card in this says, lovely love, open your heart to the love you have within you. Love with another person is just a mirror for the love you already possess. Go outside and look at the sky and feel how held you are, how loved you are. Give your dear ones a hug. Bask in this warmth feeling. Tend to the garden in your heart so that love can grow there. And the I guess words that associate with this card is affection, friendship, and cherishing. Okay, so there's a lot of like messages about love and self-love on this board, or on this table board. I'm thinking of video, or not. Anyway, there's a lot of messages about self-love and gratitude on this table right here and in this spread. Right, because the card clarifying I am in love was the Empress tree. Again, if you watched one of my last videos, this card came out as well. Okay, and again, there's pink in this. I know it doesn't look pink because of this light, but it's like pinkish light blue with like lilac hues in there too. It's a really beautiful color. And it's the Empress tree. So catalyst for change, clarity, freedom, unbinding. All right, so we're currently unbinding from the stories and the mindsets that we feel we're stuck in. We're unbinding from the negative thoughts, from the negative ways of being. All right, and the air card is air is associated with this card. Whoa, I can't talk. All right, so I went ahead and highlighted some stuff in the book that I felt was relevant. Now, I know a lot of that looked highlighted and most of it is, but yeah, so I just felt like these messages are very powerful. So the Empress tree holds seeds of light, strength, courage, and speed, helping you navigate between many worlds and realities consciously and with ease. So it's a connection to the heavens, and it brings realizations and deep soul rememberings of your connection to the stars and the universe within you. And I feel like that's relevant because the planets were aligned over the last couple of days and the last week, right? So a lot of like planetary alignment. There is a lot of connection with like Egyptian past lives on some of these cards as well. So maybe you were connected to Egypt in a past life. I know that I feel I strongly was. But yeah, and it says you are ready to move forward and gain clarity and closure on a relationship or a situation. And the closure can come as expansion and growth. And those things will propel you forward, all right? So I feel like that's definitely relevant. And as far as all this pink that's on this board, like I've just been in like a pink mood. I got pink roses behind me. I just bought a pink book. I have a new key thing on my key, and it's pink as well. So pink is very relevant right now. And to me, I know green is the heart chakra, but like pink to me also represents that like inner love that we have within ourselves, right? So the Empress tree acts as a mirror of divinity to the soul and your emotions. And again, we just brought up emotions, right? With the I am card. And it's asking you to look at life through a different lens, to seek truth in your situation, and it will be the catalyst for the change that you need. All right, so I know that sometimes when you feel like you're the catalyst for other people, which I know I've definitely felt like that a lot. Like I feel like I'm a catalyst for people, and then it's like I'm just kind of like left in the dust mostly, which is a shitty feeling to feel. But like once you realize your purpose in people's lives when it comes to being that catalyst and being that that change for them, and like initiating that seed inside of them or planting that seed inside of them, you can look at it from a different lens and a different perspective. And again, in the last couple of readings, I've talked about looking at things from a different, like a lens of gratitude and a lens of just shifting your perspective. You know what I mean? Because you don't need to change anything. It's shifting your perspective. So remember your words are spells. Remember how you just talk to yourself. Remember the things you say. Okay, we're not perfect beings, so please take it easy on yourself. Have compassion for yourself as much as you have compassion for the next person. All right? So it says that this card regenerates up to 7 times, and it links her to the mystical energies of 7, which is a highly spiritual number associated with intuition, mysticism, inner wisdom, and deep inner knowing. And what do you know? Intuition popped out at the end, okay? And that card wanted to come out like 3 times. All right, so I think that's a little crazy. And so it's also talking about how maybe you need to look at the relationship you have with mother figures in your life, your personal mother, if you don't have a mother, just the women in your life or the mother figures in your life, and to be your own mother and tend and care for yourself in the ways you have always wanted. All right, so that's been a big part of my journey in my life. I never really had a strong female role model in my life. I've had strong females around me, yes, but consistently, no. And my relationship with my mom and my mother figure, my biological mom, isn't the best. And you know, I've done my part in attempting to amend that relationship and trying to make it work. But you know, sometimes people are people, just same as family are people too, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you have to sit there and be abused and emotionally, physically, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? People are people, right? You don't always get along with everyone, including your parents, including the people that brought you here. Sometimes they be karmic too, okay? That's possible. That's definitely possible to have karmics in your lineage that are your parents that brought you here, right? So her and I just have a very complicated relationship, and it's always been complicated because she had a very complicated relationship with her mother. And my father always had a complicated relationship with my grandmother, his mother, right? So it's one of those things where, you know, you can only do what you can do on your side when it comes to the relationship you have with your biological mother or whoever brought you to this earth, right? So if they are not interested in that, like, you can't make them do the work for them, right? You can just continue to work on the mother within inside of you, because remember, you are the maiden, you are the mother, you are the crone within inside of you as your divine feminine birthright. Again, divine feminine, divine masculine is not gender specific, it's just the energy, right? So those things are important to heal, especially if you're a woman, right? Like, or you identify as a woman. Those things are important to heal because the matriarch line, if it's constantly been trauma and toxicity and the same thing repeated over and over again, like, it has to end somewhere. And if you're the person that chose to end it, and you're the person that chose to put a stop to those things, then that's something you have to face. Like, there's no in betweens about it. Like, but again, be compassionate with yourself, be understanding with yourself, and be understanding with that person, whoever your mom is, whoever you look at as your mother. Be compassionate to those energies to an extent, right? Like, we all have our limits, and we're all people. So it says she's asking you to stand within her hardy trunk and access her wisdom and light. You will see her expansiveness ever growing up to the cosmos, ever extending into the earth. And as you explore the expansiveness of her branches, allow yourself to experience this as if you are her. All right, so we are already those qualities we seek outwardly, right? Like, we are inwardly all of those qualities. We just have to heal those parts of us that makes us feel 1111, as I said, that makes us feel we are unworthy. And because that's just a repetitive story you're telling yourself. Now, if you grew up with a mom that told you weren't shit all your life, hello, it's not an easy thing to work through. It's not an easy thing because you definitely lack a lot of confidence when it comes to things like that, right? Like, if you had someone, like, literally the woman who brought you here telling you that you were this and you were that in negative context all your life, like, obviously you're not going to have the confidence to work through that. But lean on a higher power, lean on your community, but definitely lean on your faith, because that is going to get you further. And so the next card from this deck came out. It was Pain. And this card, I don't know, it just reminded, if you guys watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's one of my favorite shows. It reminds me of when Captain Holt was like, pain. Like, that's what this card reminds me of. I love that fucking show so much. R.I.P. Andre Brower. I think it's Brower. All right, so, and the affirmation and what the card says for this, or what the book says for this card is, so beetles, frogs, lions, and scorpions could be significant. It says pain and suffering are part of life. Pain we cannot avoid, but suffering occurs when we are attached to earthly possessions. So earthly possessions, i.e. our thoughts, those storylines that happen between our mother and ourselves, and our mother and I, right? So, like, those are stories I had to release as well, right? Because once you see your parents as people, and, like, once you see them as inner children just, like, fighting to survive and fighting to break free of what they're doing. Now, they might not be doing it in the right way according to you, according to the divine, but you know what I mean? Like, I will never knock somebody for trying, but if they don't try, like, what are you gonna do? You can't do somebody else's healing work, right? So, and it says, let go of attachment. With pain comes great insight and lessons. Let go of the past. Acknowledge and find gratitude for where it brought you. Growth through pain, it says. Embrace this process. And the affirmation is, I am allowed to be uncomfortable, and I can be okay even in times of heartache. Life is on my side. All right, so I'm sure if you didn't, like, had a complicated relationship with your mom or your mother figure, again, I empathize, I sympathize with you. I understand that pain more than probably anything, but it's not impossible, and you're gonna be okay as long as you work through it, not over it, not under it, not try to go around it. Like, because again, what we refuse to heal, we end up passing on, and we end up projecting outwardly to other people. And shit like that's just not cool to pass on, because it's like, I want to pass on the positive things of my matriarch line. I don't want to pass on the negative things of my matriarch line, because there's just no room for that, in my opinion. Right? And the clarifier card of pain was sun. So after the pain will come sunshine, right? So 44, I forget, it's all in a day's time the world will become sunshine, or all in a day's time, some quote like that. But 44 is on here again. There's a lot of fours on this board, so 444 could be significant. 4444 could be significant as well. And this says things are good, really good. And if they are not good, this is a sign that greener pastures are right around the corner. Your light draws others to you in loving kindness. You carry your optimism and abundance with you wherever you go. When we burn wood in a fire, we are releasing the sun's light back to its source. So too are you, constantly radiating the sun's energy with every breath. Every cell in your body is filled with the bright, burning joy of the sun. You radiate warmth and light, which is reflected back to you wherever you look. And the key words are flowering, prosperity, and auspicious. All right. So this could be an auspicious time for you to flower, to grow, to move through and grow through the pain and the other bullshit that you've been through. You know what I mean? It's not an easy process, but I promise you that the sun will shine. The sun will shine. And the clarifier card for the pain and the sun card was citrine and dandelion. I think dandelions are so pretty. I know everyone sees them as weeds, but I really feel like they're really pretty. And it says make a wish on here. So it says clear in comparison, surrender to magic. So maybe in that matriarch line, and it was 1551 when I showed this card. And the yellow on here is mad significant as well. And even my Ripple Plus vape is yellow right now. LOL. But yeah, so making a wish and clearing comparison. So maybe your mom or mother figure or women in your life constantly compare themselves to you growing up. I know that was a thing. Like, it is definitely possible for your mother to be jealous of you and to wish you not well and to compare herself to you in whatever way because, oh, she has more time than I do to do the things that I never did and whatever, you know what I mean? But that comparison is irrelevant, and it's not real. It's a projection of their bullshit, and they need to get over it, to be honest. And the energy associated with this card is earth and fire, so earth, air, and fire signs could be significant. Oops, I missed. All right, so I highlighted some other things on here. And it says that citrine, and I love citrine, it's such a pretty stone, and it's associated with calling in abundance. And again, I just talked about rewriting our dialogue. This says we need to rewrite our dialogue around abundance. It is not something to manifest. It is a mindset. You are not lacking anything. You are infinitely abundant. Okay, so again, that's something that could have been lacking 1717, as I said that, in your matriarch line. Just lacking that clear feeling of abundance, right? Because I think about my mom's mom, my dad's mom, who grew up in times like way before me where shit was crazy, like shit was scary. I mean, shit's scary now, like crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Kendrick Lamar fans, anybody? But yeah, like shit was scary back then. Like, I'm sure, like, my mother told me to marry somebody for money, and I saw what that did to her marriage and my parents. So I was gonna be like, that's a no for me, dog. And like, I always wanted love for love. Like, I never wanted love for money, like anything like that, because again, I saw what it inevitably does to the family, to the people around you. Like, it just doesn't create a stable foundation. And like, who wants a rocky, unstable foundation? Like, that's not something I want to live on, and that's not something I want to live around. Like, that's just not who I am. So yeah, you lack nothing. Just remember that. And it says, what does being abundant mean to you? How abundant are you in your life right now? Again, bring it back to gratitude. You woke up today. You made the wake up list. Congratulations. Did you eat today? Cool, you're fed. There's a lot of people that haven't eaten today. Did you drink water today? Congratulations. There's a lot of people that can't afford more than one bottle of water. Like, these small things, they are definitely relevant. Like, I know that sometimes I take a lot of the things that I used to not have as a kid right now as an adult for granted, and I have to remind myself where the fuck I came from, because I came a long fucking way from where I was. And I know it's just gonna continue. I'm just gonna continue to grow, but that growth doesn't come when we're stuck in a ungrateful mindset. That's not how that works. And it says, the radiant yellow ray of wisdom and illumination shines through the stone like a beacon of light that lights the way. It aligns you to this idea that abundance is not outside of you, it's within you, right? So it'll help you face any fear blocks around lack, abundance, and comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, and this stone radiates joy and happy, uplifting energy. Do not be the one to stifle your own happiness through feeling you need more. Take a look at what you have and refocus on gratitude, right? And so that is definitely key. Refocusing on gratitude is, again, always going to bring you right back to within yourself, right? Because again, you cannot search for things outside of yourself. Everything you're looking for lies right here, all right? And if not, pray, okay? Because those things are just going to take you way further. All right, so you got intuition here, you got joy, 42 on there. 6 could be significant, excuse me, and golden Libyan tektite. I don't know how to say that. Again, Egyptian past lives could be significant. And on this it says expansion, galactivations. I think it's like saying like galaxy, but yeah, initiation in ancient Egypt. All right, so expansion is coming, initiation is coming, and this is air energy on this too. The depiction on this is so dope. All right, so I'm gonna read the affirmation for intuition real quick. It says, I am connected to my intuition and trust the gentle guidance I feel in my gut. All right, so chameleons, dogs, doves, and whales could be significant. And it says the feeling in your chest, often trying to protect you. Loving guide towards serenity, inner knowing is within you. Strengthen intuition by pausing before reacting. Oh my god, I can't talk right now. Meditation. How does your intuition speak through you? Listen. Learn to trust that feeling. The more we practice this, the more trusting and knowing becomes intuitive. All right, so that's, practice. Wait, what is the quote? Oh my god, my trainer used to say this shit to me all the time. Practice prevents poor performance, or something like that. I believe is what she used to say to me. But yeah, practice is definitely what makes using your intuition and actually listening to it, I guess easier is what I want to say. Yeah, easier, I guess. And the clarifier card was joy. All right, is that a moose? I don't know what that is. These cards are so dope. LOL. I think it's a moose in there. Anyway, flowers are significant too. I don't know what kind of flower that is, but all right. So joy. It says, "Yay! Time to celebrate. Time to laugh and play with others. You're so filled with emotional contentedness that it is contagious. Let your light shine bright, and it will rub off on everyone you meet. Do not feel guilty for feeling this good. Just enjoy it. Celebration, sense of humor, and delight." All right. So again, like all this tumultuous pain and negative energy maybe you felt when you were younger, and maybe your inner child still feels that. These are things you need to sit with your intuition, listen to it, because I feel often the reason we can't hear our intuition is because we don't intentionally take the time to sit with it and to listen to it and to talk to God, Goddess, Most High, whoever you want to call them. And that's key to, again, connecting and listening to your intuition. And that's how you bring about abundance, by taking it back to gratitude and taking it back to oh my god, I can't think right now, I'm deeply sorry. But yeah, this says it's so golden Libyan tektite is an initiation stone. It's time to wake up to your star origins, missions, and cosmic guidance, and to reinstate your harmonic DNA structure. And this stone helps you do this by holding a balance and space within your heart while you bring down stellar information in order to anchor higher frequencies with ease. Transmitting universal light to you through the great central sun, and it'll connect you to your higher vibrational aspects for healing. All right, so this stone is very much connected to the sun, and I talked about this, I think, in the last reading. But yeah, I know going outside is probably difficult for you right now, especially if you're on the East Coast, all the snow we've been getting. But connecting with a stone like this could help you get in touch with the sun if you don't have it around you. And I know seasonal affective disorder is a thing. All right, so this stone is linked to Sirius and Orion, and it brings activation to your higher heart and higher chakras, and as well as focusing on the channels around your inner ears through the third eye to bring expansion. It's a stone of illumination and inner light. It is called the Stone of the Gods. It brings you connection to raw energy. It helps you awaken the wisdom held in ancient Egyptian timelines. It can be a key to So it says perhaps you have some past in Egypt to explore that could be key to a pattern, issue, or trauma you are working on. All right, so I don't know if you all believe in past lives, but past lives are real in my opinion, and connecting with them. And again, you can connect with these things through meditation, through your dreams, just really in the 5D, but you really have to be in that state where it's just like you're flowing, right? Because you can't receive something that you're not ready to receive, especially when it comes to divine guidance, especially when it comes to listening to our higher power. All right, they can't give you something that you're not ready to receive, and you definitely can't receive something that you're not ready to receive. And that could be just because of your mindset. It has nothing to do with anything else but your mindset, really, and your willingness and your intentionalness behind connecting with those things. Purpose on here too, again with the pink, and then you got crystal grid, and it says focus, and it says create with intent. All right, so I've been talking about being intentional. All right, crystal grids are super dope. If you've ever made one or you need one, maybe there's a crystal grid activation for matriarch lines or for divine feminine healing within you. All right, or maybe even for an Egyptian crystal grid to help you heal those patterns and traumas that you're working through right now. Okay, so stay strong, stay in your divinity, and yeah, don't ever let anyone, especially not your parents, tell you who the fuck you are, regardless of what they have to say, regardless of how right you think they are. Like, nobody has the right to tell you who the fuck you are besides yourself. So yeah, peace.